make it easier for everybody to get set up on pathways. I've been hearing a lot of caterwauling about pathways recently for those people who've been in the club previous to the pathways program. It's hard to navigate, no one knows where to go, they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing, on and on and on. So the idea behind this is to bring everybody in, give you a look at it if you haven't been out there, make sure you know where you're going, and make sure you know what you need to do. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual paths, and I'm going to go through these very quickly because there is information that I'm going to send to all of our members that has this information on here. When you go through and do your assessment, you're going to receive a recommendation for 3 paths, and you get to choose. You can choose any path that you want. I'm just going to give you a recommendation for the 3 that it thinks you should be doing. The first one is dynamic leadership, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because you all can read. I know you're better than that. Effective coaching, innovative planning, leadership development, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, strategic relationships, team collaboration, and visionary communication. In each of the paths, there are levels. There are 5 different levels that you're going to go through. And you should have received this. I tried to put one of these at everybody's desk, or everybody's spot. It's called core competencies. Each of the 10 paths have different competencies that you're going to have here, but they all have the same level 1 and level 2 when you get into the path. And if somebody else needs this, I'd be more than happy to pass them around. If you need one of these. The first path, if you go to the second page, do you need some? I'll walk around. Take as many as anybody needs. There you go. There you go. We're good? Okay. So if you look at this, level 1, mastering fundamentals, there are 3 required projects. They're all the same for every path. An icebreaker, an evaluation and feedback, researching and presenting. Each one of those is an icebreaker. It's pretty self-explanatory, everybody knows that. The second one is evaluation and feedback. During that, you're going to give 2 speeches, and you're going to evaluate somebody. And then you'll complete that path, that one project. Researching and presenting is exactly what Jonna did today. So she gave her speech in that. Then once you get done with those 3 projects, you'll submit to have that level completed. It'll go to the VP and E, and they'll send it off to the world headquarters to identify you as a level 1 completion. The second level that you're going to go through is called learning your style. There are 3 required projects, and if you look on this, you'll see that not every path has the same required projects. They're all different. However, everybody's going to take Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. And that's how we start the process of becoming a mentor within Toastmasters in the Pathways section of their education program. Level 3 is called Increasing Your Knowledge. There is 1 required project, and that is the first part of this. Again, each path has a different required project. And then everybody has the same, what are they called? Elective projects, with the exception of the X's on here, because you've already taken that, or you will take that during another part of this particular program. And on this one, everybody also takes Prepare to Mentor. Level number 4 is called Building Skills. It again has 1 required project, different for every path, and 1 elective project, which you get to choose from there. And then everybody is taking mentoring. The last one is level 5, which is demonstrating expertise. You have 2 required projects, 1 of them for everybody called Reflect on Your Path, and then 1 elective project, 1 of them being, and then everybody goes through advanced mentoring if you're going through the mentoring program. Continuing on in what I gave you, it's got a little more information about how all of this works, including, so this is actually mastering the fundamentals of going through your path. And then the other page that I put up here was the Distinguished Toastmaster. The Distinguished Toastmaster award is the highest award that you can gain in Toastmasters. And this. There we go. As a distinguished Toastmaster, why stop at one path? You want to journey beyond being proficient and receive the DTM, which is what Jeff Froling is, if anybody is aware of that. It's the highest individual honor you can achieve in Pathways. How you get it is by completing two paths, and then serving in a couple of officer roles, not only within our club, but within our district as well. And then completing a project for the DTM. So let's talk about the actual Pathways website. What you're gonna see on here is what it looks like when you sign into Pathways. And I'm gonna go to the Pathways website once I go through this. You'll notice on here that I have two. One is called Login as a Member, one is Basecamp Manager, and that's because I'm currently listed as the VPE. You won't have this, but you will have Login as a Member. Once you log in, this is not the screen you'll see, but this is when I launch my path. Go to, where's my keyboard? Oh, there it is. Which one's Toastmasters? This top one?
Mm-hmm.
So once I go to Pathways, and I'm gonna go to Basecamp, this is what I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna log in as a member. This is the screen that's gonna come up. It's gonna give you the path that you've chosen down here, and everybody coming into Toastmasters receives one path for free. Once you complete the path, the second path is $20, the third path is $20, and so on and so forth. It isn't any different than what the books were. The difference is that the two books you got first are free. When you go into the advanced program, you get two more free books from Toastmasters. They're not offering that in Pathways, but any other books that you had to obtain after that were not free. You had to pay for them. So there's a couple of a couple of things that you can click on here. The one that you're going to click on is My Education Transcript, or you could have clicked on down here. There was a place to get there, and you're going to click on it, and it's going to bring up this screen. So here's all my levels. I'm on level 1. I've completed the icebreaker. I'm working on this one. When you first sign in, these will be blank, just like this is. Once you complete your icebreaker speech and you get the little check mark, these two are going to pop up. At that point, they're both going to say activate. You can work them in any way that you want to. You don't have to do the research and feedback, and I'm going to walk closer to the screen. You don't have to work the research and feedback first. You can do, evaluations and feedback. You can work research and presenting. Once you get those done and you complete them, then the last one's going to open up, and you're going to be able to complete, again, the completion leadership development, and you're going to go to level 2. If you ever get into this, and especially in the first 30 days that you pick a path, you can return it to Toastmasters and get a different one. So when you get in here, if you click on this right here, which says options, you're going to be able to see everything that's required for this particular path. So there they all are. That's everything that you're going to have to take for this particular path. And it's going to be for the path that you have particularly have chosen. So this isn't going to be what you're going to see maybe, and I know it's really small print, so nobody can see it anyway. But that's the way that you're going to be able to look. One of the issues, and I'll just be extremely honest about this, one of the issues that I have with the Pathways system is it's not very user-friendly when it comes to moving in pages. You really kind of have to search for that button that says go back a page or go to this particular screen. From this screen here, it's actually down here, and you're going to go back, and it's going to take you back to here. From here, you're going to go home, and it's going to take you back here. And then you can go back into your education transcript if you want to go here. So that's where that's at. When you are doing the roles, timer, general evaluator, grammarian, you want to add that to your profile so that Toastmasters and the VPE knows that you're doing other roles within the team. You want to do that here. Whoops. So you're going to go to my account, and here's going to be the opportunity for you to fill in. I was a speech evaluator on this day. So you're going to be able to go in. Who's doing your speech evaluation today? Oh, you. Right. So you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to put that in here. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to be able to go in and put that in here if you had actually, if you're actually on Pathways. So this is where you would put in the basic competent leadership book, kind of trying to do a little bit of a comparison. That's where the competent leadership skills go, is now in here. They only track things for this, such as the roles that are done here. The different roles for, say, a club contest chair or anything like that are going to be in a different part of the path that you're working on. So it's not right here.
How long do those histories stay, or obviously as we have the opportunity to do a specific role maybe multiple times, do you just go in and add the next date and the next date?
That's a question I can take to Toastmasters. I have a couple of them out there right now that I'm waiting on. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll find out. Again, on this one down here, again, I got to scroll to get to it. I'm going to hit cancel. It's going to take me back to this screen. Now we're going to go to my feedback. You have the opportunity in Toastmasters, in Pathways, to provide feedback whether you're asked for it or not. So in other words, I can actually go in today and provide feedback to Frances for doing the evaluation to say, hey, good job, and it shows up on her path. So she gets that information. Or to give somebody a badge for doing such a great job. And this is where you're going to do it. And how you're going to do it is right here. And I have to go back here. I'm very, very sorry because I have to type. And I'm going to start typing somebody's name in here. And I'm going to start typing Tom's. Did it come up there? I don't think it did.
Nope.
And I don't think it did because he hasn't signed up for Pathways yet. So I'm going to put in Jonna. She's going to come up. I'm going to click on her. Here she is. It's her Basecamp profile. And I'm going to be able to provide her feedback by typing in here and putting in anything that I want to provide. Now, just be very careful because you're still in Jonna's profile. So if you want to ask somebody for feedback, you're going to want to get out of this to go back into your own. And again, how you do that is home, home. When you're doing my feedback, for instance, today, I'm going to get an evaluation from Jonna on how I did today. And I'm going to put it in here. And how I'm going to do that is by going to ePortfolio. I'm going to scan hers in. Actually, I'm not, because this isn't Pathways speech. But you scan it in, and I'm going to add a file. And I'm actually going to add my icebreaker, or one of them. What does that say? I can't read.
Level evaluation for
Thank
speech.
you. So I'm going to add this in. There we go. Add. And now it's in there. So I can go in and look at those any other time rather than having a stack of papers in my desk drawer like I have right now. You can also scan these in. So if somebody gives you an evaluation on here, you can scan these in and put them in. If someone gives you a handwritten note, you can scan that and put it in, just so that we can keep track of all the evaluations that we've received. Going back to the profile, hopefully that's me. Here's my profile, giving information on who I am and what's going on. And then I'm going to go back and go home. Here's my badges. If someone's giving me a badge, I've received this badge and I have to apologize, I can't read what it is.
Leadership development.
Activated. Okay, so that means I've activated my path. Last but not least is speech evaluations. When someone is giving a speech through Pathways and suddenly you realize, oh, I need the evaluation form. Here they all are, every single one. So here's the icebreaker, and there's actually a specific one if you're evaluating an evaluator, that you want to print that off. And they're just PDF forms. You just print it off, you launch it, it'll launch a PDF, and you just print it from there. And that's all there is to it. And then something that I think everybody needs to really go out and do, and this is where it's going to come into play, where you just really need to take the time to go through Pathways. Just like you would take the time to sit down and read one of the books that you would have gotten, you want to sit down and look at Pathways just the same way. There are a lot of resources out here, tutorials, instruction booklets. You can change it to the English so you don't have all of them, you only get the ones in English, so you're able to look at them. Don't be afraid when you click one and it comes up as part of your curriculum. So I'm going to go back to my home, and it shows up in my education. Did that one show up? No, it didn't. Some of them you'll click on and they'll show up here as part of your curriculum. It doesn't matter. It's just an instructional form. It's not the actual program to do that particular thing. You can just launch or mark it complete and it'll go away. And the last thing, because I just realized I forgot to show you, is when you go out and launch your project, you have all of these to go through. And I think this is a lot of where it got to be daunting for people, because it just seems like there's so much. This is just an instructional page on how to navigate the screens. Here's your introduction. It's a quick read, 1 to 2 minute read. And you're just gonna go through each one of these as you go along and read, just like you would a paragraph or so in the book. And they're broken down very well. If it has something that it wants you to do, it's going to show you how to do it. You can just remove that and then print the project. If you want to print the checklist or open it up, it's a PDF, you can save it to your computer. And again, this is also a website you can go to outside of Chase. This is Toastmasters' website, so it's not something you have to do here at work. You can certainly do it at home. You'll go through and assess your skills. As you see, I've got next buttons down here, and there's more here. So as I click next, it's going to go through every assessment question that it has. I'm going to pass by that. Here's the competencies of the project, and just more information about what it expects you to do, or what you're expected to do during this process. If you get to here and you go, hey, I can't do this anymore, X out of it, and when you come back, you'll come right back to the screen that you were at. You can also, as you saw, move through any one of these. I've already completed all this, so I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do after I get done with my last speech. I'm going to be done, I'm going to say complete, and I'm going to get a check mark to say I'm completely done. So I don't want anybody to think it's daunting. And I have no problem sitting down with anybody and going through this one-on-one. I really don't. And I will work with Zipporah to make sure that everybody is aware of how it works, and if you guys have any questions at all. The first thing that you need to do when you go out here, if you haven't already done it, is take your assessment. You'll do that. I hate this. There we go. Sorry. You're going to go here, and one of these says take your assessment somewhere.
That says continue.
Okay.
Did say.
Yeah, so right here is where you're going to do taking your assessment.